Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we've got a cat fight on our hands because we're taking a look at Arcana Heart 3 for the Xbox 360. This game is a joint effort between series developer Examu and the mighty Arc System Works, who served as the publisher on this one. Both this and the PS3 version were released in Japan only in 2009, but it was released in North America and Europe in 2011 via the PlayStation Network. It features an all-female cast and a rather sizable roster of 23 characters and just as many quote-unquote arcana to choose from, which are kind of like the girls' spirit animals, I guess. There's a story concerning a bunch of mystic crystals being used to bring a celestial weapon called Odin into our world, which you get the pleasure of fighting at the end of the game's story mode, which I must admit makes for a pretty awesome boss fight. Like I said, in the Arcana Heart series, you choose your character first, and then you choose an arcana, each of which provides you with some unique special abilities. Even though this game wasn't actually developed by Arc, it has a lot of similarities to many of their 2D fighters. The gameplay is very fast and combo heavy, with 3 attack buttons and a button that essentially works as a quick dash that drains a bit off of your super combo meter. And in general, if you've played a lot of other 2D fighters, then you should feel right at home here. And speaking of the super combo meter, each character has at least a couple of super moves that take 1 stock to perform, and a super damaging critical heart attack that can only be performed when you have 3 stocks available, and it drains all 3. So in these ways, Arcana Heart operates like most any other modern 2D fighter. What sets Arcana Heart apart from other 2D fighters is the aforementioned arcana that give you a number of special abilities that are limited by the force gauge underneath your character's portrait. For starters, you can use the Arcana Burst ability, which is good for getting you out of combos. You also have the Extend Force ability, which enters you into a powered up state and drains the energy from your force gauge at the same time. And while in this state, you can perform the ultra powerful Arcana Blaze attack that does a ton of damage and looks super cool, with each arcana having its own unique one. But if you miss this attack, you're instantly returned to your normal state. This feature basically makes it like you have 2 super move meters and twice as many special abilities you can pull off. This, combined with the already fast-paced gameplay, makes for some really frantic and fun matches with a ton of possibilities for stringing together long combos and pulling off some super flashy moves. And overall, I think Arcana Heart 3 is at least in the same league as games like Guilty Gear and Blaze Blue. It's really fun. It's also a very well made game in terms of presentation. The graphics are really good, there's a lot of really great animation and detail on all of the stages and characters, and the character designs themselves are also nice. There's a lot of variation among their looks, and the cutesy anime style looks really nice too. Also, all of the super moves and the Arcana Blaze attacks in particular are really cool looking and over the top. It's all very pleasing to the eyes. The sound design is also great. The soundtrack is a mix between techno and speed metal tracks, and it's really upbeat and fast paced, which perfectly matches the gameplay. There's also plenty of super cutesy voice work all throughout the game, which you may or may not care for, but I personally don't mind. On the whole, both the graphics and sound design are really good, and again, it's comparable to some of Arc's more popular fighters.
着替えの畳は許せんな。キラ様変身。
So, I can easily recommend this series, and this game in particular, to fighting game fans. Like I said, aside from the 360 version, Arcana Heart 3 is also available on PSN, and you can pick up the updated version called Arcana Heart 3 Love Max on the PS3 and PS Vita, which are both region free. And more good news, copies of this game, regardless of what system you're buying it for, are pretty reasonably priced. Usually somewhere between $20 and $30 on average. So if you're a fighting game fan and haven't tried this series yet, then definitely do. It's pure, furious female fighting action. Check it out.